Hi guys, this is your girl Wakeji Kamore and welcome to Reflections by Wakeji Kamore. I never get bored to say my name that way. Not at all. So today we are going to be looking at 2 Chronicles chapter 16. Again, if you have not read the chapter, please pause this recording and just read the chapter for yourself. That way you'll understand what's happening in the story, and then the lessons will make so much more sense because you have read it for yourself. All right, so what's happening in this chapter? Asa is still king. Please remember that the book of 2 Chronicles is about the kings that reigned in Judah, all the way from David all the way down to the last king who reigned before they were captured, or before they were captured. So yes, we're basically looking at all the kings that reigned in Judah. That is what 2 Chronicles is about. So at this point, we are looking at King Asa, and this is almost like the final years of his reign. And we're told that in the 36th year of his reign, there's a king of Israel called King Baasha. This is Israel. This is the northern part. Remember that the nation is divided into two. There's a southern kingdom and there's a northern kingdom. So the northern kingdom, which was called Israel, the king of northern kingdom at that time was Baasha, and he came to invade Judah, and Judah is the southern kingdom. And he captured it, and he fortified the city, making sure that nobody can enter or nobody can leave. As a response, what King Asa did is that he took all the silver and all the treasures that were in the temple of God, and he decided to make a treaty with a different king. And this king is the king of Aram, who was called King Ben-Hadad. He made a treaty with him and told him, okay, shika hizi ma gold, shika hizi ma silver, just come and fight this king because he has fortified us. Now we can't fight, we can't leave, we can't do anything. So just come and fight this king for us, this King Baasha for us, so that then we are free, rather we are no longer fortified. So he made a treaty with this king. Please remember that this king that he's making a treaty with is a king that is leading a pagan nation. He's not necessarily leading a nation that is worshipping God. So he makes this treaty, and luckily enough, they managed to defortify themselves, unfortify themselves, and they are free, and everything seems okay. Until God sends a prophet to come and speak to King Asa and tells him, what you have done. Actually, he sends Hanani. Hanani is a seer, and he came to King Asa and told him, because you have put your trust in the king of Aram, this is King Ben-Hadad, instead of in the Lord your God, you missed your chance to destroy the army of the king of Aram. Don't you remember what happened to the Ethiopians and to the Libyans and their vast army with all their chariots and charioteers? At that time you relied on the Lord, and he handed them over to you. The eyes of the Lord search the whole earth in order to strengthen those whose hearts are fully committed to him. What a fool you have been. From now on, you will be at war. Let me tell you, it seems very innocent for a king to make treaties. But then it almost seems wise, like those decisions you make in your life and you're like, yeah, this seems wise. I think like this is a wise decision. Like if you were to look at nothing else, as a king making a treaty for the sake of fighting another nation, it seems like a very wise decision. But the Lord does not seem very pleased by the fact that this Asa, king of Judah, is making a treaty with king of Aram. First, because the king of Aram, or this Aram nation, was a pagan nation. That's number one. And then number two, because, as a matter of fact, I think this is number one, the fact that he did not rely on God. The first response after he was attacked is that he went to make a treaty with this king instead of looking up to God. Yet he had so many experiences where he had looked at God. He had so many experiences where he had been attacked by warriors and warriors that were like double his number of warriors, and yet the Lord had won those battles for him. I don't know whether it is me, ama ni kila mtu, but sometimes you feel like ninachokesha God. Hata hisi nijifanyie at least, Sometimes this feels like, okay, I've gone to God so many times with this same issue. Can I just try and solve this for myself? Apparently the Lord is not pleased when we do that, because the Lord is definitely not pleased by the fact that King Asa made a treaty, and that was his first response, was to go and make a treaty, as opposed to these other times where he had cried unto God and the Lord had helped him. So the Lord told him, because you did not rely on me, because you put your trust in the king of Aram, you have missed an opportunity to actually fight this king of Aram and to subdue him and to make the kingdom of Aram your subjects. You've missed that opportunity because now you have a treaty with the guy. So now you can't fight over them. You can't fight against them. And it is so sad, because the Lord actually reminds Asa and tells me, don't you remember that I have helped you win battles with the Ethiopians? I have helped you win battles against the Libyans. Kwa nini ukumbuki? Why are you not remembering that in those times you actually called upon me and I helped you fight those battles and I helped you win those battles? What was so different about this one single time? My challenge for myself, and even for you, is to just remind, actually it's a reminder, it's just a reminder that the Lord is not tired of hearing our prayers. The Lord is not tired of us calling for his name. He doesn't get tired. He's not like, okay, when women need sumbua, you're calling me so many times, you're telling me the same thing, like I keep fighting battles for you. The Lord does not get tired of helping us. The Lord does not get tired of us putting our trust on him. It's not like the Lord is sitting somewhere in heaven saying, wewe sasa uambie mtu mwingine akusaidie. Mimi nimekusaidia enough times. Put your trust somewhere else. That is not how the Lord is thinking. The Lord is thinking, put your trust on me all the time. Every single time. Put your trust in. Don't try and solve things by yourself. Because when you try and solve things by yourself, first you make treaties with people you shouldn't be making treaties with, people who should be your subjects. And number two, you miss an opportunity. You miss an opportunity to actually do great things. Because when you do things by yourself, you can only do as much. You can only do kidogo. You can't do a lot. But when you trust in the Lord, you can do great and mighty things. And then the Bible continues to tell us about how Asa actually got angry with this Hanani guy who is telling him, this is what the Lord is saying. So he got so angry with him and he put him in jail. I feel like Asa started so well. Asa was such a good king, but it seems like at the end here, he doesn't do what is right. He starts to do things that are not right. Now he doesn't even want to be told. He's put this seer, Hanani the seer, in jail. And the Lord, as a punishment to what it is that he's doing, or as trying to pull Asa to himself, he strikes him with a disease. He strikes him with a serious foot disease. And in the Bible, it says in verse 12, in the 39th year of his reign, this is Asa's reign, Asa developed a serious foot disease. Yet, even when the disease became severe, he did not seek the Lord, but he turned only to his physicians. My understanding for this is that, yes, God had allowed Asa to get this foot disease, but in the hope that Asa would actually turn to God. Okay, I am trying to extend Nini, turn to me. It's like God is like, I am waiting for you to turn to me so then I can rescue, so that we can be in good terms, so that, But Asa is not budging. He's like, no, I am Manuel. I have a bad, serious foot, but I'm not turning to God. He's become stubborn. He doesn't want. Then the Lord is disciplining him in the hope that he would repent, in the hope that he would turn around and seek God's help, in the hope that he would want to, to start worshiping God again, or to start having a good relationship with God again. But it seems that he's stubborn and his mind is made up that he's not going to seek the Lord, and we don't see him seeking the Lord at any one point. So he continued to seek up after his physicians and never sought the Lord's help. And so he died, which is very sad, and he was buried, and that was the end of his story. So for me, the lessons that I'm picking from this chapter, number one, the Lord is not tired of hearing my problems. The Lord is not tired of me putting my trust in him. The Lord is not tired of me depending on him. As a matter of fact, he expects that I depend on him all the time. Number two, even in sometimes when it looks like it's wise, it's good to always go to God first. Let him tell you, okay, no, you go and make a treaty with this guy, but go to the Lord first. Don't try and fix things for yourself in the like, sometimes it's just the imagination of labda nimechokesha God, ama, I can do this by myself. Always rely on God. And then number three, when God disciplines you, when God corrects you, be quick to repent, be quick to turn around and to walk away from your sinful nature, walk away from your mistakes, and be quick to listen to the people who are telling you enyewe hapo hujafanya vizuri, umefanya vibaya. Anyway, those are my lessons for today. I hope that you have picked your own lessons, and may you have a beautiful, beautiful day. See you tomorrow.